As far as beginners go, the biggest leaks probably is just not re-raising enough. I like to think that re-raising is pretty much what separates the men from the boys and the women from the little girls. So you look at the average player re-raises about 4, maybe 5% of the time pre-flop. The average pro re-raises probably about 10% of the time pre-flop. So almost twice as often. Now, the average intermediate player is still going to open pot probably 15, 18% of the time. Most pros might tip that up a little bit from 18 to maybe 20 or 22. But in this example, you don't see a doubling that, pros don't play twice as many hands pre-flop, but pros re-raise twice as often. So knowing who to re-raise, what stack sizes to re-raise, understanding effective stack sizes, implied odds, stack to pot ratios, certain times of the tournament where it's better or worse. Understanding all of these fundamentals definitely makes it a lot easier. I used to charge $400 an hour, a couple $1,000 a day, but the economy stinks right now, and it's still great money for me. $100 an hour guaranteed. I'm more than motivated to help students, and you're right. I mean, in the real world, $100 is a lot of money. The thing is, in the poker world, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And on top of that, if you look at it like some of these strategies will help you build bigger chip stacks and preserve the stacks that you get, in-game strategies. Bottom line is if you can just increase your spot in the tournament from 5th place to 4th place or 3rd place to 2nd place, obviously there's a huge difference a lot of times because of progressive payout. So yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I've had a lot of people say, hey, why are you charging so little? And they like look at me all cross-eyed, but the students that have hired me, whether it's, a 1 or 2 time lesson deal or it's, ongoing mentorship, I've gotten great results. Everyone seems to be happy. I mean, worth noting is when I do mentorship, I'm pretty much on call. Whenever they need me, as long as I'm awake, I'm at my desk, I've got Skype open, I'm happy to answer their question, I'm happy to help them, and yeah, it really is a great value exchange where I'm able to impart my knowledge and expertise and help players come up. And quite frankly, I look at it like I'm able to shave months or years off of the learning curve. When you start poker, it's not just a learning curve. You got a learning curve, you got a profits curve, you got a pain curve. There's a lot of things that we're fighting against, whether it's our survival instincts when we get deep in a tournament and we naturally want to tighten up, or a lot of just knee-jerk reactions that we got to get out of the habit of, like re-raising too big when we have it, or pushing people off the flop when we have it. A lot of little nuances to the game where if you're making the same mistakes over and over, you might not think it's a mistake. Also, if you read all the poker literature out there, there's a lot of common themes, like I alluded to, maybe thinning the field a little bit too much, too fast, and just the typical making it 3x where the pros are making it 2x or 2 1/4. Same thing with re-raising. Almost everyone triples a re-raise. So at 50, 100, if someone makes it 300, the average person will re-raise to 900. I like to teach that you can re-raise the minimum to 500. The maximum, let's say, is 900. But I give strategies of why you would make small, medium, and large re-raises in and out of positions against different types of opponents. And, I like to think also that I simplified the math dramatically. So everyone's so worried about all the math involved with poker, especially beginner to intermediate players, where I really got it down very, very, very simplified. And as we both know, I mean, you've taken, even middle school or high school algebra. If you can make an equation simplified, all of a sudden it's easy to solve. Where if you take, one that's not simplified, even though it's the same exact equation in different terms, it becomes much harder to solve.